Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. So today we have a battle against Abomination. Regular viewers of this channel will be no stranger to this guy. We've battled him countless times over the course of many games, many generations. However, this is our first ever battle here on Pokemon Champions. Not only that, it's actually my first battle on Pokemon Champions against an opponent that I know personally. First one in a private room setup, so we're going to go ahead and start that up and see what that looks like. So, yeah, this guy is a very creative battler, a very strong battler as well, so definitely expect some power from him, and it looks like he has just that. So, there you can see on my side, it is the same team I've been using as of last game. So, yeah, definitely a powerhouse squad on his side. So this is going to be a difficult task to say the least. So, what do we want to lead with in this one? Good question. Let's go with the Aggron. And what else? We'll do Aggron. We'll do Goodra, and we'll do Mimikyu. Yeah, we'll give that a shot. See how that works out. These 3v3 battles can definitely go one of many different ways. So we will see how this one goes. Still kind of adjusting, but trying to get used to it. Still a little bit of unfamiliar territory, as I believe it is for him as well. So yeah, we'll see what we can make happen here in this one. All right. So he is going to go ahead and lead with the Lopunny, kind of as expected, as we led with the Aggron. So this is kind of as expected because these things do what they do, and so that's kind of why I led with Aggron. They always like to get that scrappy fake out typically. So we're going to go ahead and Mega Evolve right out of the gate here, and I think our best course of action, this thing probably just clicks fake out. We can't really anticipate what other Pokemon he may have on deck, so we're just going to click Iron Head after the Mega Evolution. He is going to go ahead and Mega Evolve as well, so very predictable opening move, but it's more of a question of what you can do about it. So there's Mega Lopunny, and we're going to Mega Evolve as well into Mega Aggron. So there it is, the battle of the lost Megas returned to competitive battling, as he does go for that fake out, gets that bit of chip damage, and of course the flinch. So he probably doesn't stay in this turn if I had to guess. The question is, what could he switch in with? And he does actually have a couple of good switches depending on what he decided to bring. So it's going to be tricky to try and guess like what he brought and make a move appropriately based on that. I would really love to click Earthquake because his two switch-ins to a Steel move are both weak to ground, so I kind of want to do that. So it may be risky, but we're going to do that, as we'll see what he wants to do, and he does just straight up switch. So yeah, he knows with max physical defense and filter, he's not going to take us out with a fighting move. So comes in with Alakazam. We go for that Earthquake. Going to knock that thing down to 6%. Probably kept packing a Focus Sash if I had to guess. So we could have grabbed, if it's not Focus Sash, we could have grabbed the KO with an Iron Head, but it usually always is, so I'm not really bothered about that. So I think what we want to do here is come in with Goodra. I think that's probably our play, so that's what we're going to do. Hopefully should be fit to handle any special move this thing decides to go for. So there's the Goodra. As he goes for a Focus Blast, figured he would have that on deck. Does do sizable chip damage to the Goodra, actually, but we do take it relatively well, and then we get some HP back with our leftovers. So I think in this situation, he probably just stays in and sacks this thing off more than likely. We don't know what potential switches he might have. I feel like... I don't think he has a... Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have... He probably doesn't switch. I feel like we just Thunderbolt. That's the safe play. So he does Psyshock. He does have that on deck. That does hit us on the physical side. We do take it, though, about 50 HP. Go for the Thunderbolt in return, and that will take care of the Alakazam. So he is down to 2 Pokemon now, which is not bad for us, as we do get some HP back with our leftovers. So he probably comes back in with Mega Lopunny here, if I had to guess. More than likely, it would be nice if he came in with the other one so we could see what his last Pokemon is, but no, he does come in with the Lopunny. So given Goodra's health, I think it's far too risky to switch, so I think we just have to stay in and let Goodra go down here. We'll go ahead and, I mean, it doesn't really matter, honestly. We'll go ahead and click Sludge Wave, but I don't think we get to fire off an attack before we go down here as he goes for the Facade. Yeah, I figured not. And that takes us out. So Goodra is down, and we go down to 2 Pokemon as well. So I think we have a little bit of a choice to make. I mean, Aggron's kind of the obvious play because he can't, I know for a fact he can't break us in one shot with Lopunny, so that is going to force him to switch, and then we'll get a free shot off on something. So I think that's probably the play, is to go for Aggron. So that is what we're going to do. So the only question is, like, what is his third Pokemon? So I feel like it's probably not something that resists Steel, or he probably would have gone into that in the first place. So I think this time around we are going to fire the Iron Head off at him, see what he wants to do. He could stay in and just try to get big damage on us, or he could switch to the whatever that last Pokemon is. So we'll see what he wants to do. What is it going to be? Critical decisions. What does he want to do? So he does just hit us with a close combat. Is going to do massive damage, I'm sure. Doesn't even do 50% though, because that is how much of a tank Mega Aggron is. Takes us down by a little less than 50%. He gets the defense drops. We go for the Iron Head in return. He actually does hang on with 2 HP, which is actually, that is really surprising. I thought for sure that that would take him out. So he must have like defensive investment on this thing, because I feel like we're max attack, so I feel like there's no way that he would have taken that if he didn't have some defense investment. So that kind of sucks, actually, because that means we're going to have to try and tank another close combat, but I guess that's pretty much where we are at this point. So we will click Earthquake this time just to change it up. He does close combat. Do we take the second one? I think we should. Yes, we do with 17 HP, fortunately, but we did take another big shot that I really would have rather not, honestly, with Aggron. So we get the next Earthquake, which does finish the Lopunny off, knocking him down to 1 Pokemon, which is good, but it all is going to depend on what that last Pokemon is and how it matches up against Mimikyu, because that's our last one. So his last one is Clefable, so that would have been really nice to have a healthy Aggron into this Clefable. Would have been really nice. So it sucks that that he got that 2% survive on our attack. I feel like he just outspeeds us and takes us out here. So we're just gonna click Iron Head as he goes for a Flamethrower. Yeah. So I feel like we might have taken one from half health if we hadn't had to take that second close combat, maybe. But either way, Aggron's down. We go down to 1. So it's all really down to just Mimikyu versus Clefable. That's really the situation we find ourselves in. So we do have the Disguise up, which is big plus. It sucks not knowing if this thing is unaware or not, because I would really love to go for a Swords Dance here, but I feel like if he's unaware, that's just going to be a wasted turn, and I think we're better off probably just spamming Shadow Claw and hoping for like a crit or something. Yeah, we'll just click Shadow Claw. We know we should definitely outspeed this thing. There's the first Shadow Claw, and that does nothing. That does like not even a quarter, which is not good damage at all. So he goes for the flamethrower. That does bust our disguise, and we are going to lose some HP because of it, of course. And he does have leftovers, so yeah, we are not going to win this war of attrition. That's for sure. There's no way we win this war of attrition with this Clefable. So that sucks. I guess we can Shadow Claw again. Yeah, there's not much we can do because, like I said, we could Swords Dance, but if he's unaware, it doesn't. I mean, I guess we might. I guess maybe we should just Swords Dance anyway. Although if we were gonna do it, it was last turn. But this has to be like a max, like a pretty physically bulk invested Clefable. Yeah, I feel like we might just be kind of stuck no matter what. Let's just Shadow Claw. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get a crit or something. It does have an increased crit ratio. We do some sizable chip damage with that second Shadow Claw, but he's still above half. Take that Moonblast, drops us below half. We do get the Citrus Berry to gain some HP back, but with the Leftovers recovery, I don't think there's any way we outlast this thing. So I guess we just continue. We could probably just continue to spam Shadow Claw. We're not going to gain enough HP from a Drain Punch to, I think, take another attack. So we're just kind of in a situation where we just have to spam Shadow Claw, and I don't think it's going to be enough. He is actually going to Moonlight too. That's unnecessary, I think, but he goes in and gets a bunch of HP back from that. So not the position we wanted to be in here. Yeah, I mean, I guess our really only hope out, our only possible way out of this situation is the Swords Dance and hope he's not unaware. So I guess that's, I mean, I guess we could have done that earlier, but we're just going to do that because we know we're going to lose in 2 more Moonblasts either way. So really, that's our only hope. So he does Moonblast us down to 17 HP. He actually gets the crit on us. So wow. All right. Well, I guess that's the way this game is going to go. All right. Yeah, we just click Shadow Claw here and then probably lose. But that is the play. So we're going to Shadow Claw, and yeah, he was unaware, so it didn't matter anyway. So the next Moonblast definitely takes us out. So yeah, we were just kind of stuck there with no way out at the end. So that unfortunately is going to be game. So we are going to lose that 1-0 to Abomination. Pretty solid match. Pretty competitive match, honestly. In the end, we just, unfortunately, it boiled down to a 1v1 that there was pretty much no way we could win. So that does suck, but not much we can do about that. So yeah, so there you have it. So that is a hard-fought match, but that is kind of one of the things that I think a lot of people, myself included, don't like about the 3v3 singles, is that it is very flawed for a number of reasons, and that's one of them. Is that you have a lot less control over endgame matchups like that. So yeah, but still a pretty solid match nonetheless. So that is going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.